Mr. Hasnain Zafar Baloch is a senior manager of e-learning with the International Medical University at Malaysia. He manages and leads e-learning team consisting of instructional designer, graphic designer, multimedia designer, LMS administration, portal management, providing all aspects of online, blended, open, and distance learning. He's also involved with MOOCs, which is a massive open online courses, including instructional design, experience implementing e-learning and
Okay, it seems Dr. Tarsam, I cannot hear you. So never mind. I think she got some connection, internet issues. Okay, everybody, I think you just Google my name.
There was some connectivity problem, so you can start sharing your presentation.
Okay, sure, no worries. Can I confirm you're seeing now my slides and you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Assalamu alaikum, everybody, and
Absolutely.
thanks to SIVU and Jamia Kerbala, University of Kerbala, and Al Sadiq Virtual International University for giving me this opportunity. So let's start. I think I have 15 minutes to cover a very wide topic, and that is called blended learning, and how we could develop online learning experiences using different approaches and pedagogy and andragogy. So let's move on. Feel free to post your question in the chat, or if you could not hear me, do let me know. Yeah, looking at the program of this conference or this event, I noticed like there's a nice blend of participants from different countries, So let's see. Yeah, so they were like from different countries: Malaysia, Pakistan, Iraq, Iran, UK, US, even Canada. So that's a great opportunity to learn from each other. Yes, during lockdown, we were having in a code blue situation where everything was locked down, campuses were closed, and blended learning approach was there to rescue us. And how we design which level of blend or what to blend, that all depends or varies from institution or university to university, or even individual to individual. Okay, so let's share with you today's menu. I will introduce about blended learning, explore different courses available, then instructional design and how we can design, and at the end summary of my talk. Can you just open your mobile phone, grab and key in pollev.com/IMU-poll, or copy this link into a browser and key in. What do you think about blended learning? And if you cannot log into this poll, then you can use chat and type in, what do you think about blended learning? Or what is blended learning, according to your thoughts or your understanding? Yes, anyone? We have about 60 participants. So
yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Yeah, mix. It's a mix, and it's learning is there. Yeah, online and hybrid. That's great. Okay. Yeah, it's combination of face-to-face and online learning. Good, good. Yes. So the word learning is very important, right? So focus on learning. So whatever we are doing, learning should be there. It's actually face-to-face and online. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks for taking part in this poll. Yeah, it's a hybrid approach where you blend online learning activities and face-to-face activities. Okay, great. Thanks. So let's move on. Thanks for taking part in this poll. This is what I got it from the internet. So you see, it's actually blended, and there's like technologies there, blend between space, like on campus, off campus. Gamification is there. So I mean, regret. I wanted to hear Prof. Sholay first to hear about gamification and all that. So all these different strategies, mix of that, right? So this is what word cloud I got from internet when I key in blended learning, right? And you could see there face-to-face, collaborative, and online is there, flipped learning is there. And all this transition should be seamless. So that's very important. And you notice here teaching style or styles, teacher, there should be flexibility, and many more words are there to go. Okay, a blend. Even when we were on campus before COVID struck or before lockdown, we were already practicing this blend of learning. For example, if in my course there is a topic which I am not comfortable to deliver, I will ask my colleague. So I'm blending multiple facilitators to cover one course. Or I may start sharing a link to my students and asking them to go access a video or article online. So I'm blending online resources with my own resources. So this is what we are like doing even before COVID: face-to-face learning or online learning, e-learning, distance learning, different approaches, mobile learning, flexible, open learning. So all this you can blend, and this is what the traversing ecosystem of our education. In the class we have face-to-face, then we can have classroom aids. With the help of technology, we can deliver certain instructions. So we are going into the blended approach, and then we have mixed mode where we have classroom and online. So classroom activities with technology, mixed mode, and fully online, that is what we call as e-learning. And then from mixed mode to onward, fully online or even without technology, is called distance learning. And all of these different approaches, if we mix together in one program or one course, that's what we call that as blended learning. So hopefully by now everybody's clear, right, at same page. So let's move on, defining simply as a mixture of different forms of education or training for achieving a single purpose, and not limited to mixture of e-learning or classroom learning. You can actually have face-to-face, virtual classroom, or standalone e-learning could be part of this blend. Yeah, even blending the way we deliver material. CDs are obsolete, going to be obsolete. We can have website resources, we can have hard copies of books, video broadcasts like the way we are doing now, email exchanges or forums. So make sure we should have appropriate percentage of all these different types of media when we are delivering our courses. A blend may be a mixture of strategy like informational, behavioral, cognitive, constructivist. So this is how we blend different methods or strategies to deliver learning. Now, I would like to highlight technology is not always, the way to go. Most of the time we evaluate, we have high tech, low tech, but we always forget there will be someone in our students community, they don't have any technology, no tech. So we should have some percentage of our material deliver with zero technology. So even if a learner have no technology at that particular time, he or she should be able to access our material. So that's how always take care of. We always look at high tech, low tech, but we always forget to take care of no tech solutions. Okay. I think everybody is familiar with this, where last time it's a very good example of blended media, a book, and we have a cassette where we have additional notes or additional voice recordings of author, and we could actually hear. Once we get tired reading, we can hear. So this is what educational media blend. Okay, audio and video conferencing, this is way back. These pictures are way back before lockdown. These are even late 90s, where different institutions indigenously developed web conferencing platforms by connecting camera with, let me pick the laser, yeah. So you see, notice here, the camera is actually connected to the computer and computer is connected to internet, and you use simple microphones and they can deliver, lectures or webinars at that time. During COVID, actually a lot of web conferencing platforms who evolved, and now I think everybody is familiar with Zoom, Microsoft Teams, with Google Meets, and many more platforms available out there to use this. Okay, so learning videos, that's another way of no more slides, no more PowerPoint, more on video-based content. So we can blend our material with providing this video content, okay? So I will be sharing a video, a short video, which summarizes what I have explained about blended learning. Just type yes if you could hear the sound in the chat. Thanks.
Blended learning describes a fundamental change in education design by utilizing a combination of digital learning objects and active learning methods to improve the learning experience and outcomes. A teaching session created with a blended learning model uses the face-to-face teaching time for activities that benefit the most from direct instruction. There's general consensus that blended learning has three main components: face-to-face active learning activities facilitated by an educator, digital learning objects, often bite-sized chunks of information, and structured independent study time guided by the face-to-face teaching experience. There is no set percentage for each of these components, and the amount of blend can vary from session to session. The move to blended learning supports the role of the educator to shift to a more facilitation role. The facilitator places an emphasis on empowering learners with the skills and knowledge required to make the most of the digital materials, active learning activities, and independent study time by guiding the learners through the experience. Facilitators focus on three key areas: development of digital and active learning course content, guiding the learning experience of individual learners, and customizing material wherever possible to strengthen the learning experience. And, as with all educational methods, appropriate assessment. Blended learning has already produced an offshoot called flipped learning that's quickly become an approach of its own and is covered in an additional video in the series.
Okay, so I think this video actually summarizes whatever we were discussing just now. Here I'm showing you a rotational model, one of the blended learning approach, where you bring in your class and break them into different groups. And based on students' profile or level of their skills or competencies, you could send them to different groups. Like, for example, online learning if they are already willing to learn on their own. And then once they will complete this part of the course, then they can actually go into full class instruction in a small group, and teacher is always there to assist them. Then you can have group projects and individual tutoring. If those students who need additional help or assistance, you could actually place them into that. And then pencil and paper assignments, all that. So you could always rotate between these different stations inside classroom and manage your blend of different delivery modes. Okay, the key elements for all this blended learning, I think in video also they have highlighted, you need to check the readiness of your students and staff and infrastructure. Learning management system should be there to assist us in blended learning. Content is very important. Lecturer and faculty need to be ready to or trained to conduct all these sessions. And last but not least is actually management support. Okay, this is how you could go between two extreme, offline and online. You could be in between certain activities, as I was telling you, no tech. So you need no need to be online. So you could design in that, or you could have certain activities which half of it is online and half is offline. Similarly, it goes on to guided or self-paced. So it's all depend on you and available resources in hand and the facilities you have in your institution. So where you could draw the line, and different activities may have a different level of blend between all these two extremes. This infographic I like very much is University of Pahang in Malaysia. They have actually come up with the bandwidth here on the left side and different applications you can use based on the level of bandwidth, different approaches you could use, and what kind of activities or actions you could apply based on the bandwidth. So if you look at it, we are using Zoom. It's actually a high bandwidth, and you need to make sure that you have internet, stable internet connection when you are going to use. If you don't have a stable internet connection, then move on to asynchronous mode like Padlet, YouTube, or a few other platforms, or you could use these tools. Right, so every institution, IT department or e-learning department could come up with this. That would be very helpful for educators to pick based on the availability of resources. I have designed this Bloom's taxonomy and put in certain tools at different levels. So you could actually, just have a look, and you could even Google my name. I forget to put QR code, and I have written an article on this on my blog at hasnainzafar.wordpress.com. So different tools you can apply. You can use even PowerPoint for all these levels, but it will take more time to design and develop different activities at different levels. Yeah, flipped classroom is another one. In video also they have highlighted offshoot of blended learning, and we have experimented intensively for many years at International Medical University, even for large classes. The Poll Everywhere, one of the tools which we use for 300 plus students, and they during face-to-face session, we were using these engagement tools, and they were answering all the application of knowledge gained by interactive video we have developed with the help of our educators. Okay, so that's almost end of my talk. Thanks for paying attention, and this is what we go through by sharing with you very quickly the introduction and instructional design principle and how we could design, sharing a bit of online tools. Due to time constraint, I could not actually share in detail. But if you want to know more, just go scan QR code and go. You could find on my YouTube channel some of my talks on blended learning in detail. And if you want to know more about this, you can follow my blog. Or I think the slides will be uploaded after my talk onto my SlideShare. And this is my Twitter handler. If anyone wants to contact me, this is in more detail. Yes, I'm not sure whether question answer session now or after all speakers talk.